We have seen overwhelming numbers in terms of the intakes that we're seeing in universities and also colleges, especially in Kenya, whereby we've seen large numbers of high school students after the government introduced subsidized education. But do you think the infrastructure is ready to take up this demand that we're seeing in in universities and colleges?
I think that's a difficult one. I think infrastructure in the whole of Africa needs to be looked at. The private-public partnership is crucial in this. Lots of countries are developing their own systems, but the demand from the parents is so high and expectation is so high, I don't think the countries have that infrastructure and the funding to develop that. Africa is now second largest growth area in the world. In the last 10 years, it's grown by 5.1%. Now that means that GDP has gone up. That means that the disposable income of the parents is now high, but the expectation is also high. Now not all countries can put that together, the whole package together. That's why companies like GEMS, who are so keen to develop partners in the African subcontinent and to give that infrastructure, support the countries, so the countries can then get better GDP and develop even further.
But looking at the issue of e-learning, which is also one of the things that has really been touted by the Kenyan government, for instance, with the recent allocation of about 3.8 billion to laptop programs and training of teachers so they can actually start e-learning in Kenya. For you, do you think we have enough policies, enough guidelines, enough manpower and skills to actually run with e-learning?
I think it's a fantastic idea what Kenya government has now come up with, the e-learning and laptops in schools and things, and I'm all for it. In the school that we have in Nairobi, the GEMS Cambridge International School, we have iPads, we have mini iPads, we have laptops, children are aware of it. The world at one time used to be massive, now it's so small. E-learning is crucial. Blended learning programs that GEMS have, the private-public partnership again will develop that. Blended learning, e-learning, working from home, those are crucial. And I think the infrastructure needs to improve. And this is where again the private-public partnerships can develop that. The infrastructure is not there, and this is why the private companies coming in to support will be much better.
What are some of the greatest needs that you're actually seeing, especially for education?
Well, I think the education needs is that the parents now have additional income. They have additional disposable income. We worked out in Kenya, in the Karen area where the school is, they're willing to pay up to 20% of their disposable income on the child's education. And that is what the crux of the matter is. And that is where I think that the infrastructure is not ready. That is where I think that companies can come in. We have 75 schools worldwide. We have 135 children in our schools. We have 11,000 teachers and employees. We have a whole HR department, school development, school buildings department who can quickly, overnight, can get cracking and build schools. The school in Karen, the school in Uganda was built in 8 months because we have that facility, and to then quickly roll out the education that's required, because education is a gift. And I applaud Uhuru and I applaud the Kenyan government on their partnerships, on their e-learning projects, but I hope this is not going to be a one-day wonder. I hope there's going to be some sort of resemblance, some sort of interaction and some sort of gain for the people, especially at university. Because if you think about what happened 30 years ago, Kenya, Uganda, Singapore were all at the same sort of GDP level. Now look at those countries. So that is where I think it's crucial that we have these partnerships, develop with the countries. And by the way, can I just say this? We are looking for partners in Africa. We are looking for partners to develop that partnership, to give the parents the wonderful experiences that our schools do, give the parents the choice of developing that at low